Chapter 1. A fragile peace in ancient times, where geography was not defined by clear boundaries, and where fantasy and reality intermingled, the kingdom of Argalon arose amidst mountains and rivers, ruled by a council of wise men headed by Queen Marana. A woman described as having a mind that could not make mistakes and a heart that could not tremble. In 20 years, Marana stopped wars, redistributed land to peasants, and closed the gold mines where workers were dying every week, favoring justice over wealth. She believed that true glory was not built on the skulls of the innocent. But not everyone was satisfied with this fragile peace. There was a man named Darius, commander of the Argalon armies, a son of war, raised on the clash of swords and the whiz of arrows. "Peace makes men weak," he said in a low voice, but with a look of storm. Chapter 2. The night of the coup. On a moonlit night, army units moved silently toward the royal palace. There was no resistance. Marana hadn't expected the government to be stabbed in the back. Darius captured the queen and arrested the members of the Council of Elders. He issued a decree stating that she had betrayed the kingdom by making secret agreements with enemy kingdoms. He offered no evidence, and she was not allowed to speak. She was banished to the north, to the Castle of Shadows, where no sun rises and no word returns. The next day, Darius addressed the crowds, "I have saved you from shame. The queen sold us out to invaders. From today, we begin a new era of power and glory." The crowds fell silent, some in fear, others in doubt. Chapter 3. Writing glory. Darius was no fool. He knew that the sword alone was not enough. He paid poets, gold to priests, and ordered historians to write the great history of the kingdom. Each book spoke of his heroism, the alleged conspiracy, and the traitor Myrna. Statues of her were smashed, her books burned, and mentioning her became a crime. Thus, Darius became the protector of the heritage and the living God. But in the distant mountains, inside an abandoned monastery, an old monk named Elther had kept secret manuscripts, in which he wrote what really happened. Chapter 4. A voice from the ashes. 50 years later, a young man named Nevin appeared, working as a scribe in the royal manuscript house. He came across an ancient chest hidden inside a crumbling wall. It contained the Elther scroll and fragments of Queen Marana's writings. He read them all, then sat for a long time by the window. "It's strange that I lived worshipping a hero, only to find out he was an executioner, and I lived cursing a traitor, only to find out she was a victim." But could he change anything? Could he convince people that their history was written in false ink? Nevin wrote a book titled Marana, The Exiled Voice of Truth. It was never officially published, but was secretly copied and passed around like burning coals. Years later, some statues began to be torn down, some streets were renamed, and Darius became a complex figure in the eyes of the people, neither a hero nor a demon.